Hello, my name is Carole. Welcome to my channel. Here we are for the reveal of I Can Sew That. I think this is part 3. So this series all started about when I browsing, as you do, online, and a garment comes up in a shop and you think, I can sew that. And that is exactly what I've done. So I did 2 very successful garments, and this one is successful, but I forgot a complete basic rule of sewing and fabric. So the idea of this mini series is quite a fun, light-hearted look at how we can recreate the garments we see using patterns that we have in our stash, and quite often you have to chop and change them about. This one appeared to be a very simple skirt. So I'll put the inspiration picture up for you. You've probably seen that in the thumbnail anyway. I had a lot of skirt patterns. I will say I don't often wear skirts. I do tend to wear them in the winter when I can wear them in dark tights. But skirts, summer skirts and bare legs doesn't go for me. So I thought I would choose the simplest skirt pattern I had, which was a New Look 6843, and I was looking for a kind of pencil skirt version, not the A-line, to try and recreate the look, but I was going to have to make some changes to keep it authentic to the inspiration. So I couldn't get exactly, obviously I can't get exactly the same fabric, but I tried to get as near as I could, and this is the fabric that I bought. So this came from Germany. Now, Wally of the Year award goes to me, because what did I do? Come on. I bet you've already guessing. So the inspiration picture had the checks like that. So I thought, easy, I'll just cut it out on the diagonal. Now, first of all, I jumped too quick into it. And what did I do? I cut out one of the skirt pieces the straight way, which is what I didn't want to do. So I wasted a whole chunk of fabric on that. Anyway, so that's fine. I swizzles it all around and I cut everything on the diagonal. Come on, I know you've all guessed by now, but what did I forget when you cut a woven garment on the diagonal? Yeah, you're cutting it on the bias, so it's going to make it all stretchy. And I didn't realise that till I started to sew. I think it was even the stay stitching at the top of the skirt. I thought, what have I done? I can't go back on it because I wanted my checks to be diagonal and not straight, so it matched the inspiration. So I just had to run with it. Believe you me, it's fun. So let's put all that aside for the moment. The fact everything was cut on the bias, so everything was stretchy. I had chosen the right size. I chose a size 12. I'm normally a 10, but I had a feeling this would be tight fitting. Because everything was on the bias, obviously I could have got away with a size 10. So I had to do a lot of alterations at the end. But the inspiration picture, as you can see, had I don't think it's welt pockets. I think they're just fake welts in the front. And I wanted to have a go at putting welt pockets on there. But what I did, and I'm so glad I did this fabric is really, really thin. It's not as thick as it looks. So I did have a go. I got hold of some of the like leatheretty stuff, which is perfect. I've got the navy to go on it. And I did have a go at making one. Never made one before, but I have made, this is my design for like a tissue box cover to go in your glove box. So it's a soft thing, it just shoves in your glove box of your car. But I remember doing this on it, and I knew it was going to be roughly the same thing, how you create that, just with a pocket on the back. So this was my tester. And this, even though I used lining fabric for the pocket because I didn't want it to be bulky, can you see what happens? It stands out because that leather obviously is double and it's on the lightweight skirt, so it's going to stand out. So I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to make felt. I'm just going to make a felt pocket, which I did have the sizing and everything from this pattern, Simplicity 8957. On the back of there, it had a felt fake welt. So it's just a strip that you double over and sew it. So that's what I decided to do. I decided to just not wimp out of doing the pockets, but it wasn't going to look right on the skirt. So that was that. I also lined the skirt. Now, if you watch my channel, you know I don't like lining. Don't really know how to do it. This isn't a lined skirt, but if I'm wearing a skirt in winter, it's going to be over tights and it's going to stick. So I will show you what I do. Now, this isn't the right way, and I'm pretty sure of that, but it works for me. So you just make up another skirt again. So you've got the original skirt, and I use the pieces just to make another skirt, and I sew it into the waistband. Perfect. So obviously it's all sewn in. I've just serged the end, but I know you're meant to tuck it into the zip, but I don't do that. I just create a big V, open V, and that is what I have there. So that zip is exposed, but this kind of works for me. I've never had any problems with it. So yeah, that's how I lined the inside of the skirt. So let's have a look at those welt pockets. Oh, by the way, I also learnt never to put the iron on this because it faded it on the corners. So what have we got? Here we have it. Now I'm really pleased with it. I actually really love it as a little skirt. So here we have just the fake welt. Obviously you've got the dip down there, but yeah, you can see where the iron caught it and just faded it on the edges. You're never going to notice that. So I kind of decide where to put these would just be at the end of the darts, and I think it worked about right. I am super pleased with this skirt. It's lovely and stretchy. If you want a stretch woven skirt, I've just created one. It does make it comfortable, but I had to take out chunks off the side. So really, obviously, I could have gone the size down if I was going to do this. The only thing is, of course, the waistband is cut straight, so the waistband is quite rigid, which is probably works actually. So that was the little skirt, which I'm really happy with. So the inspiration photo had she was wearing a jumper to go with it. Now, this is the bit I'm a bit disappointed about. I wanted to get some knit rib jumper, so I searched online for dark green and I came across some Mind the Maker rib knit. Now, I don't often buy expensive fabric and brand fabric, so I thought, go on, I'll give myself a treat. So when it came, I was pleased with the colour, but I was not pleased with the feel of the fabric, I have to say. It's almost like a ponte. It's really heavy weight, not quite like a knit that I wanted. It's almost like a ribbed ponte, bit of thread as always. I can't describe it. It's a perfect colour, but yeah, I was a bit kind of disappointed. It does have a lovely smooth inside, I will say, but look, the only thing is, I couldn't have, although I would have liked the smooth on the outside, you can see the lycra when you stretch it. So I'm kind of a bit disappointed. Anyway, I went ahead and I made up Kwik Sew 4069, a jumper. I'll have to put the picture in because I haven't got the envelope with me at the moment. I have made this a few times, but not for a while. So for some reason, I thought, oh, I better make it a little bit bigger because I'm a bit bigger now than I was a couple of years ago. That was the worst thing I could have done, because actually, although I'm really pleased with the look of this, and it looks great together, I know, and you'll all say it to me anyway, but that top is too big for me. It's too bulky. I tried to bring it in on the sides, I've tried to bring it in here, but it is too big. The neck was too tall as well, and because this is quite a stiff fabric, it just wasn't right, so I kind of angled in the neck as well. I mean, what I've got is a perfectly wearable jumper, but I'm not comfortable in it because I feel it's just too bulky. So I may chop all the seams and just bring it in even further. But yeah, I think for me, even though I reduced the height of the collar, I'm going to probably double it over to that because I have got a short neck. So I was a little bit disappointed with this. It works well together, but I'm not comfortable in this really, unless it's under a coat, because I just feel it's a bit big for me. But it was a nice colour, but I was just a bit disappointed with the fabric. But that's me and online, and maybe I should have researched a bit more. But especially as I splashed out and actually bought some branded fabric for a change. So those were my 2 items. And I know the fabric isn't the same. I showed my lovely husband and he said, well, the checks are bigger on that fabric. I know, I tried so hard to get something that looked like that and it was really difficult. But I do love this. I love the fact I'm going to be able to wear it with grey, with navy, with green. It's just super, and I am pleased with what I did with the pockets in the end. So I hope you think I did a good job of recreating that. So on to probably my last garment, because Christmas, if you're watching this when this video is out, is mid-November now and Christmas is fast on the way. But I have seen something which I would really like to have a go at doing, and it's summery. Well, I've actually got 2 things that I can't decide which to do. So one of them is really, really summery, so if I do a good job then I'm gonna have to wait a while to wear it. Well, the other thing is quite autumnal, so I can't decide. I'll tell you what, I'll put the 2 pictures up and I'll find out which one. One of them's going to be more tricky than the other one, but yeah, I can't decide which one to do. We shall see. I really hope you enjoyed this series. It's been great fun to do. I will be back with one more before the end of the year, showing whichever one I've chosen to do. I hope it maybe encourages you to have a go yourself. I know we've all said that, if we go clothes shopping, we always say, well, I can sew that. Look at the price of that. I can sew that. So maybe I hope it's given you some inspiration. Thank you so much for watching me. I would love to have your company again, maybe on a Friday for #FridaySews. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, happy sewing. Oh, and don't cut woven fabric for a garment on the bias unless the pattern requests it.